Wrestling family, we got some sneaky, dirty snakery going on backstage on Monday Night Raw. Now, what am I talking about? Let's talk about this, okay? So my girl Roxanne for the old heads, for the new heads. She's called the Prodigy. That was my name in WWF No Mercy. That's not important to the story, but there is something going on here. It feels like that eventually she may be joining the Judgment Day. Now, before you guys start saying in the comments and feeling a certain way or sounding like a Xavier Woods soundbite, this one right here. Before you start crashing out about that, I said probably and possibly, at the very least, we know that there's some connection there because her and Finn Balor, there is some commingling, some snakery, some cahootsery going on between the two for some reason. Now, you know me. Brother Thoughts ain't gonna bring up something when it comes to wrestling without the evidence, and I got the evidence right here, especially after my professional investigative journalism, or whatever you call it. You know what I'm trying to say. But here's the evidence right here. Bam! Now, I know this photo isn't great evidence. It looks like someone took it on an iPhone 1 or me when I take my contacts out, but this is pure evidence right here. 2 weeks in a row, Finn Balor has singled out and had a conversation with Roxanne Perez backstage. And when Finn Balor talks to people backstage, it don't end well for somebody else. Now, here's the most important part about this. The past 2 weeks that he has been talking to her, guess who haven't been at WWE? That's right, Liv Morgan. My guy Leo's girlfriend. Salute to you, bro. Keep trying. She's not there. And all of a sudden, he's talking to her, right? So, the bigger question is, what could he be talking to her about? And I got a couple of things in mind, and just let me know how you feel in the comment section. 1 or 2 could be wrong or right. I don't know. I'm just a dumb wrestling fan. I get these things wrong all the time, but I keep on pushing. That's what life is about, right? So, the first thing I'm thinking about is possibly he's giving her the sauce, giving her the strategy, right? You know, some you got served type stuff where he's letting her know, hey, this is how you can beat Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, right? I'm thinking he's giving her the strategy because he wants people to lose their title so he don't feel like he's the only person in the group who don't have a title. Because if no one has a title, there's no reason to get jealous. So once he gets a title, he can talk down to the people who don't have a title, right? He's probably telling her, hey, you know, Liv Morgan's left ankle is weak, right? Roxanne Perez right wrist is dirt. Like just something like that to help her win those tag titles off of the both of them. But the interesting thing about that, even if this is going to happen, why is he just talking to Roxanne Perez? Now, I understand with Julia, there could be a language barrier, but there are other wrestlers that could, you know, or he could find a translator or whatever the case may be. He can't use other wrestlers because, you know, you don't want to paint that they're involved in this when they're really not. But I think he's really going after Roxanne Perez. And we already know the history of Finn Balor when he's talking to people backstage. Remember, before Liv Morgan became a part of the Judgment Day, she was the person coming out of the room with Dominic Mysterio, which is funny because on the one on the bottom, with Roxanne and Finn Balor, Jey Uso's in the foreground getting interviewed while this is happening in the background, just like when Dominic Mysterio was coming out of that room with Liv Morgan and Jey Uso was in the foreground getting interviewed. When people are like, oh, what is Dominic Mysterio doing in the room with Liv Morgan? They grown, bro. They doing a grown thing, right? The other one we saw that JD McDonough was talking to her backstage. And then we saw Finn Balor pulling up in an all-black wagon, talking to her in the car, and then she got out the car. And we also had the other incident to where Finn Balor lied about taking the room key. So Finn Balor has always been the captain of this whole betrayal thing. He's trying to get Liv Morgan to lose the title and out of the group. That's obviously what's happening right here. And he's trying to either recruit Roxanne Perez or use her to dethrone Liv Morgan. Either way, Liv Morgan's going to lose the title because of whatever's happening right here. And I think the very interesting thing about Finn Balor this time around, because last time when he was doing all this guy was crashing out. He was going crazy, right? He was like losing his mind about not having a championship. But this time around, he seems to be a little too calm. Right? Don't that worry you more when you find somebody who crashes out a lot and they're relaxed about something that you know would eat their soul? Pause. He seems to be calm about this. And he helped Dominic Mysterio. So he has some type of strategy going on here. He's doing this on purpose, bro. He's masking it up. We see right through Finn Balor. I mean, if this were to happen, whether Roxanne Perez does join the Judgment Day or if she is just being used as an instrument to take down Liv Morgan, either way, whatever it is, just let it benefit Roxanne Perez. She got to get a title soon. There's no reason that they had her as, the final couple people in the Royal Rumble and showcase her in that manner if she's not going to get a title soon. And I think the tag team titles will be a nice way to start. And then eventually get a mid-card title. Eventually get the women's IC title down the line. I don't think right now they're going to do anything. I feel like the whole story between Lyra and Becky, and they're eventually going to add Bayley into the mix. I don't think that's going to happen for Roxanne right now. So give her the tag titles. It's not too many other legit women tag teams on the main roster anymore. Most of them got eliminated, bro. I hope you guys are doing amazing right now. Shoot for the stars. But yeah, this is what I think is going on here. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Salute. Peace. Have a great day.